really bad rain game before?
So I was thinking about that earlier. I don't think it's been rain. I've played in some snow games, playing at Maryland in the Big Ten. When you go to Big Ten West teams in November, a lot of times you don't get great weather. But I think it's the first in a hurricane, so that'll be fun.
How much is that challenging for you? Just the exchange?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working it all week with the wet ball snaps, just literally spraying the ball with water, making sure that we're prepared for any and all weather conditions.
Is there a difference between like wet and like just like a deluge of rain?
Not really, for me at least. At the end of the day, when the ball's wet, my hand's wet, not much different between just wet and a lot of rain.
Yeah.
How's practice been this week?
It's been good. I thought we had a really good Tuesday practice yesterday. Today was another good practice on Wednesday, and I think we're in the right mentality heading into ACC play.
Do you feel like you and the other four guys up front are becoming more comfortable with what Coach Rudolph and Coach Bowen are asking you guys to do?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, this is week 5, so we're getting to really learn how they game plan, how they introduce stuff to us, and we're starting to get much more comfortable and working together as a group and then working within the confines of the game plan.
I know it's a team thing, but how personally does the offensive line take it after you run for 35 yards?
Yeah, we take that really personally. To be honest, we were kind of embarrassed, but we know that that's behind us. We can only look forward to our next opportunity. North Carolina presents a lot of challenges on the defensive side of the ball, so we got to make sure we got our stuff together. We're ready to roll.
What do you think's been off in the ground game? What's holding it back right now?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm really only focused on what myself and the other guys around me are doing. Can't control what the other guys are doing. They always tell us just control what we can control, and so I'm really focused on my job, making sure the guys next to me know what they're doing and making sure we're executing.
When it's raining, often you'll go to the ground, safer, those kinds of things. Do you welcome that kind of challenge where it's, sort of mano-a-mano with UNC's guys and just try to run it down their throats?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, they present a lot of challenges defensively. They have some really good defensive players that we've been spending all week preparing for. But, I personally like to run the ball. I know they prioritize stopping the ball with Coach Chiswick, but, we're really just focusing on doing what we can control and controlling the controllables.
How much would that help you? I mean, I know North Carolina has a pretty good offense. I would imagine part of the game plan is keep it out of their hands as much as possible. If you could just chew up a bunch of clock in a game like this.
Yeah, obviously we want to be able to drive the ball for longer, not have a bunch of 3 and outs. One, that way we can get in a rhythm. That's the biggest thing for us, is being able to get into a rhythm offensively and just making sure we can continue to execute the way we need to.
You're an Eagles fan, right?
I am an Eagles fan.
It must be fun being an Eagles fan right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I mean, when you watch football on Sundays, do you glean things that you can use on Saturdays? Or?
Yeah, I definitely try to look for different little techniques that those guys do, but also, those guys are the best at what they do. So just even the smallest thing that they'll do, even if it's super basic, I'll try to pick up on that. Like, how'd they put their foot this way, how'd they use their hands, because those guys are the best of the best. The Eagles have a really good center in Jason Kelsey.
Is it good to see Malachi out there actually in full uniform?
For sure. Yeah, I keep giving him a hard time, but it's good to see him. But, yeah, definitely good to see Malachi out there. I think it gave us a little boost.
How do you feel like you've played through 4 weeks?
I think I've played pretty well. Definitely a lot of room for improvement, working with Coach Rudolph and that. But at the end of the day, we need to improve as an offense and focus as an offensive line on what we can do to help the team win games.
What's the emphasis in practice for you been on this week?
Yeah, so for me, it's just been technique. I'm not the biggest guy, so I'm not going to be able to really oversize many people. And so for me, Coach Rudolph always emphasizes being a technician and just being really good with your feet, hands, hat placement, pad level. Those are the things he's emphasized with me.
What stands out to you about this North Carolina defensive front?
Yeah, they're a really talented group. They're big, so that presents challenges. Their linebackers are fast and they're athletic and they're good at getting off blocks. So it's going to be a challenge, and the weather's not going to make it easier, but, we still have more time to keep preparing. That's the biggest thing the coaching staff emphasizes with us, is never stop preparing, right until, as Coach Bowen says, the foot hits the ball. We're getting ready for the game.
Is this typical, Coach Rudolph using all the clock that he
Yes.
can after the game?
Yeah, he likes to keep us after to make corrections or go over some stuff with the running backs or tight ends, the run game or protection, just because we have some time and he likes to use it.
Do do you welcome that as a chance to get better? Do you enjoy coaches that stay after and take this much time with you guys?
Yeah, I do, because one, it shows that they care a lot. You know, Coach Rudolph, he cares a lot about us, about this team, and he wants to make sure that we can execute at the highest level that we can. And by him taking the time, because, you know, he could go home to his family or start watching the film, but him taking the time with us, the tight ends, the running backs, sometimes quarterbacks are out there, to go over the stuff that might be the smallest detail, but could be the difference in the game, it really means a lot to us.
That's a dangerous game, keeping the biggest guys from the post-game.
Yeah, I know. We were worried we're going to miss dinner, but I think we'll be okay.
Dax told us earlier that Coach Pry has come up with a penalty for you have to run 40s for every yard of penalties you give up. As a veteran, as somebody who's played a lot of football, what does that mean to you that there is a consequence for not just you but for the entire team of, you know, when you mess up?
Yeah, I think some of the guys are worried that it'd make people play cautious, but for me, and the way I'm kind of going about it with the offensive line is, don't make you play more cautious, but make it a reminder if it does happen to not do it again. You know, because that's been our biggest thing, is having the same kind of penalty multiple times. And so, you know, if someone gets one false start or one holding, you know, that guy's going to have to run, I imagine, because we're a unit, we'll run with them. Yeah. And so it's a reminder, don't do it again, because then you got to run more, you know. But I don't want it to make the guys play more cautious, and I don't think it will. Coach Pry has been really good about that.
Is there a sliding weight scale? I mean, it seems unfair to make you guys run like the receivers would have to run at 40 at the same time.
We're all a team. I think we'll just all run together, and we'll get over it, and we'll get through it together.